The news hit everyone hard. It was as if the world had stopped for a moment, and a heavy silence fell over the hearts of many. The streets were filled with people, but the usual hustle and bustle was replaced by a somber atmosphere. Conversations were hushed, and eyes were filled with tears. The news anchor's voice trembled as they delivered the heartbreaking news, and the weight of the loss was palpable. WeRenoi's, the amazing French rapper, was gone. He died at 31. His music had touched the lives of so many, and his sudden departure left a void that seemed impossible to fill. The image of him on stage, with a single spotlight shining down, captured the essence of his presence, powerful yet deeply human. Doctors said it was heart failure. The news was shocking, as WeRenoi's had always seemed so full of life and energy. The hospital where he spent his final moments became a place of pilgrimage for fans, who gathered outside to pay their respects. The medical staff, who had fought valiantly to save him, were left grappling with the loss of a patient who had touched their lives in unexpected ways. His life ended too soon. Fans couldn't believe it. Vigils were held in cities across the world as people came together to mourn and celebrate the life of a man who had given them so much. Flowers, candles, and heartfelt messages adorned makeshift memorials, and the air was thick with grief and love. It was a testament to the impact WeRenoi's had on his fans, who saw him not just as an artist, but as a friend and confidant. It felt like a bad dream. Many woke up hoping it was just a nightmare, only to be confronted with the harsh reality. The empty concert stages, once filled with his electrifying presence, now stood as silent reminders of what had been lost. Fans found themselves looking out of windows, lost in thought, trying to make sense of a world without WeRenoi's. How could someone so full of energy be gone so fast? His concerts were legendary, filled with an energy that was almost tangible. Flashbacks of his performances showed a man who was not just a rapper, but a force of nature. He connected with his fans on a deeply personal level, sharing moments of joy and vulnerability that made every concert feel like a once-in-a-lifetime experience. WeRenoi's, whose real name was WeRenoi's real name, was born in Paris. His journey from the streets of Paris to the global stage was nothing short of remarkable. Old family photos showed a young boy with dreams in his eyes, navigating the bustling streets of the city that would shape his future. His birth certificate, a simple piece of paper, marked the beginning of a life that would touch millions. He became a voice for his generation. His music resonated with young people who saw their own struggles and dreams reflected in his lyrics. At concerts, fans held up signs, shouting his name, and hoping for a moment of connection. WeRenoi's always made time for his fans, signing autographs and sharing words of encouragement that left a lasting impact. Young people connected with his music. It was more than just the beats and the rhymes. It was the stories he told and the emotions he conveyed. Teens listened to his songs on repeat, finding solace and strength in his words. Groups of friends would gather to discuss his latest tracks, dissecting the lyrics and finding deeper meanings that spoke to their own lives. His lyrics talked about their problems and their hopes. He wrote about the struggles of growing up, the pain of loss, and the hope for a better future. Fans held up his albums like treasures, each song a chapter in their own stories. On stage, WeRenoi's expressions conveyed the depth of his emotions, making every performance a powerful experience. He was more than a rapper, he gave people hope. At community events, he spoke passionately about the issues that mattered to him and his fans. Banners with motivational quotes from his songs were a common sight, and his words inspired many to keep pushing forward. He hugged fans, listened to their stories, and made them feel seen and heard. He showed everyone that you can keep going even when things are tough. In the recording studio, his determination was evident. He poured his heart and soul into every track, using his music as a way to process his own struggles and inspire others. His performances were filled with emotional intensity, and even in casual conversations, his resilience shone through. May 17, 2025 was supposed to be a day full of music. Fans had been eagerly anticipating his concert in Lyon, and the excitement was palpable. The concert venue was set up, instruments ready, and fans lined up outside, clutching their tickets and wearing WeRenoi's merchandise. The promotional posters promised an unforgettable night of music and connection. WeRenoi's was going to perform in Lyon. It was meant to be a celebration of his music and his journey. Backstage, he prepared with his usual focus and excitement, ready to give his fans a night to remember. The stage was set, and the anticipation was electric. But instead, it became a very sad day. a reminder that life is precious. The date, May 17, 2025, would forever be etched in the memories of his fans, not as a day of music, but as a day of mourning. Memorials were set up at the concert venue, and fans gathered to cry and hug each other, finding comfort in their shared grief. The music world was heartbroken. News headlines around the globe announced his passing, and tributes poured in from fellow artists and industry professionals. Tribute songs were performed, each note a poignant reminder of the talent and spirit that had been lost. The music community came together to honor WeRenoi's legacy, celebrating the impact he had made in his short but remarkable life. A bright star had gone out. Candlelight vigils were held, and as the stars faded in the night sky, it felt as though the world had dimmed a little. WeRenoi's portrait, surrounded by flowers and candles, stood as a poignant reminder of a life that had burned brightly and touched so many. Though he was gone, his music and his message would continue to inspire and uplift, a lasting legacy of hope and resilience. The day before, people started whispering. WeRenoi was in the hospital, very sick. He was at the famous Petit-Salpêtrière hospital in Paris. He used a fake name so people wouldn't know it was him. There wasn't much information. The hospital kept everything quiet. Rumors started spreading online, each one crazier than the last. Fans hoped he would get better. They prayed for him. But in the hospital, a serious battle was happening. WeRenoi was fighting for his life. His body was very weak. The truth was even more shocking than the rumors. WeRenoi had a very rare and serious illness called hyperkalemia. That means he had too much potassium in his blood. He also had another problem with his immune system called common variable immune deficiency. These two things made him very weak. His heart, which used to beat strong with the rhythm of his music, was having trouble. His heart stopped. Doctors got it beating again, but he went into a coma. It was a race against time, a fight for each breath. While WeRenoi was fighting for his life, something else was happening online. Akababe, a French blogger who is known for gossiping about famous people, said he knew secret information about WeRenoi. He shared private medical details online, and everyone was shocked. People shared his posts many times, and everyone was talking about it. WeRenoi's manager said the rumors weren't true and asked people to give them privacy. But it was too late. The online gossip kept going. Then, a mysterious message appeared online. The wife of WeRenoi's manager posted something on Instagram. It was a picture of a burning candle with a verse from the Bible. No one knew what it meant. Was it a message of hope? Was she saying goodbye? No one knew for sure, and it made everyone even more worried. Time moved by very slowly. Fans all over the world waited for news. Then the announcement came. WeRenoi's heart stopped again. This time he didn't make it. The concert in Lyon was cancelled. The stage where he was supposed to perform was empty. It was a sad reminder of what could have been. WeRenoi's music, which used to be so full of life, now sounded different. It was as if the vibrancy that once defined his sound had been replaced by a somber tone, a reflection of the internal battles he was facing. His fans noticed the change, and many speculated about what could be going on in his life. The energy that once electrified his performances seemed to have dimmed, leaving behind a haunting echo of what once was. His lyrics, which were always honest, now seemed to predict what would happen. They were filled with a sense of foreboding, as if he knew his time was running out. Each line was a window into his soul, revealing the pain and struggles he was enduring. Fans pored over his words, trying to decipher the hidden meanings and messages he might have left behind. It was clear that WeRenoi was grappling with something profound, something that was changing him in ways that were both visible and invisible. In his song FTR, which came out a month before he died, he rapped about his struggles, about going from being poor to being famous. The song was a raw and unfiltered look at his journey, capturing the highs and lows of his rise to stardom. He spoke about the challenges of navigating fame, the pressures that came with success, and the sacrifices he had to make along the way. FTR was more than just a song. It was a testament to his resilience and determination, a story of triumph and tragedy intertwined. He said, "They say money isn't everything, but I've seen both sides, and believe me, it changes things." This line resonated deeply with his audience, many of whom could relate to the duality of his experience. WeRenoi's words were a stark reminder that wealth and success often come with their own set of challenges and complications. He was candid about the impact that money had on his life, both positive and negative, and how it shaped his perspective on the world around him. And in Piano, the song he made with Jims just a few weeks before he died, he talked about how hard it is to be famous. The collaboration was a poignant reflection on the pressures of living in the public eye and the toll it takes on one's mental health. WeRenoi's and Jims poured their hearts into the track, creating a powerful and emotional piece that resonated with listeners around the world. Piano was a cry for help, a plea for understanding, and a testament to the struggles that come with fame. He said, "The spotlight is bright, but sometimes you just want to disappear." These words captured the essence of his internal conflict, the desire to escape the relentless scrutiny and pressure that came with his success. WeRenoi's music was a reflection of his reality, a blend of triumph and despair, hope and hopelessness. As fans continue to listen to his songs, they are reminded of the man behind the music, a talented artist who struggled with the weight of his own fame. His legacy lives on through his music, a haunting reminder of the price of stardom. All over social media, people shared their sadness. Other musicians, people he worked with, and fans talked about their memories of him. Everyone was so sad. The hashtag #WeRenoi'sForever was everywhere online. People all over the world loved his music, even if they didn't speak French. He wasn't just a rapper. He was important to many people. He spoke for people who didn't have a voice. WeRenoi's story is a sad reminder that life is short, and sometimes the brightest stars burn out the fastest. His journey through the world of music was meteoric, capturing the hearts of millions with his unique sound and heartfelt lyrics. And fame doesn't last forever. Despite his short time in the limelight, WeRenoi's impact was profound. He brought a fresh perspective to the music industry, blending genres and breaking boundaries. He was a bright star that went out too soon. His fans, who felt a deep connection to his music, were left heartbroken. The memorials and tributes that sprang up around the world are a testament to the love and admiration people had for him. But his music, his story, will continue to inspire us and remind us to follow our dreams. WeRenoi's may be gone, but his legacy lives on through the melodies and lyrics that continue to resonate with listeners. But his music will live on. Each song he created is a piece of his soul, a glimpse into his world. His albums are not just collections of songs, but stories that speak to the human experience. It shows how talented he was and how his creativity knew no bounds. In the recording studio, he was a perfectionist, always striving to push the limits of his art. On stage, he was a force of nature, captivating audiences with his energy and passion. How much passion he had, and how deeply he felt every note and lyric. His interviews revealed a thoughtful and introspective artist, someone who was always searching for meaning and connection through his music. And how much he changed the world. His fans were not just listeners, but a community brought together by his music. They found solace, joy, and inspiration in his work, and they continue to celebrate his life and legacy. He was a bright star, whose light shone brightly in the world of music. His smile, his performances, and his presence left an indelible mark on everyone who encountered his work, and he left his mark on the world. The murals, the merchandise, and the countless fan gatherings are all evidence of the lasting impact he had. His influence can be seen in the new generation of artists who cite him as an inspiration. His light will continue to shine in the world of music. As long as there are people who listen to his songs, who find comfort and inspiration in his words, WeRenoi's spirit will never truly be gone. His legacy is a reminder that while life is fleeting, art is eternal.